everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Please excuse the tribal marks here on my forehead. I went hiking with Dante, and I thought I was walking into a soft bush, but it turned out to be a twiggy, hard, branchy tree that speared me. Tried to kind of cover those up there, but don't think it really worked because I can clearly see them. So in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at some really wicked items from Master Replicas Group. Did I mention they were wicked? So a giant thank you to Master Replicas Group for sending these guys over for us to review. So today we will be gazing upon the 1:1 scale Velociraptor Claw and the full scale claw replica of the nation's T-Rex. So it's a very clawy video today. Because I can't think of anything to say. I just wanted to say because. Each of these pieces is hand cast and hand finished at their facility in Pennsylvania and made of super strong, smooth on resin, allowing for extra durability. And most come with either a little stand or a clear windowed Riker style box to showcase your fossil along with a label to identify your piece. So the first item we are going to be looking at today is the 1:1 scale Velociraptor Claw. Because Velociraptor. And the Velociraptor is famous, of course, for that one oversized sickle claw on each of their feet that is used to rip apart their prey. So really, what better Velociraptor fossil to have than that claw, really? And here we have a replica of that fossil within our display box. The box is approximately 6 1/4 wide, 8 1/4 high by 2 inches. And we have a nice little scientific looking specimen identification label here on the front. Master Replicas Group Collection Velociraptor Claw, and the scientific name along with 1:1 scale and oddly the price as well. So let's take this little beauty out of the box, shall we? All you have to do is remove these pins here and the top comes easily off, so you have the ability to take the fossil in and out. Ooh, that is a big oversized turkey claw right there. Ooh, and it's lightweight too. You know, a real fossil would obviously have way more weight to it for sure, but obviously they're not going to be adding extra weight to it, you know, because they got to ship these things around the world. And I am a fan of the dark coloring. I really like that too. So this claw is just under 6 inches long and 3 inches wide. Lots of fantastic details all over with some dino damage, you know, a little scratch here, a little nick there. Love it. I know it's from. And here we have that prominent blood groove on either side. You see these grooves on things like swords and knives, but really a blood groove doesn't really have anything to do with blood, but rather it allows your weapon to have, you know, less weight, meaning more power to wield less material, which gave these guys, you know, a little help when ripping their prey apart, like here or here. Or maybe straight across the belly. So I don't know if this is coming across on the video, but the Velociraptor Claw is not, you know, all black or all gray. There's actually quite some intricate paintwork here, and I'd say that the color of this claw is more of like a browny purple. It's not black or gray. And if you look close enough, there's all these little kind of a pinky orange, pinky red speckles all around with this kind of lighter whitish gray dry brushing all around to bring out some of the details. So that's actually quite surprising because from far away it looks all black, but it's actually quite intricate. So this is quite different from the animatronic Velociraptor claws from the Jurassic Park movies. You know, those raptors were not true Velociraptors. They were actually sized up for the film, resembling more so the dinosaur Deinonychus. More so than the actual Velociraptors back in the day, which actually resembled big chickens or, you know, turkeys. The animatronic Velociraptors had very, very girthy claws. You know, right here it would kind of branch out like this and it was almost like a bulb. But the fossil that Alan Grant was holding was much closer to this. So this piece is obviously more realistic in terms of a Velociraptor fossil, which makes it a really awesome piece for any dinosaur enthusiast. So what are my critiques? I personally would like to display this out of the box, so I think a small display stand edition would have been a nice touch to give you the option to display outside the box, but at the same time, I really do like the box and the label, you know, along with the information, making it look more like an official museum piece. But then again, I would have liked to see some changes in the label. I do like the handwritten style text, that's nice, but I don't really know why the price is on there. I would have liked to have maybe, you know, like the location of where this fossil may have been collected, the era that the fossil is dated to, you know, example, Miocene, Cretaceous, Jurassic. So I think they could have done a little better job with the label, making it look more official and authentic, you know, take away the price, take away the website, you know, maybe add a little bit. Oh my God. Holy Is that an earthquake? No, it's just this T-Rex claw. It doesn't really make sense, does it? So move over Velociraptor Claw, because we are going to be taking a look at the full-scale claw replica from the nation's T-Rex from the Smithsonian. So this is actually from their Smithsonian Fossil Replicas line, where the Department of Paleobiology at Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History allowed Master Replicas Group artisans behind the scenes to examine their collection, and together they chose the most prime fossil to recreate. So the chosen Smithsonian fossil was scanned to create a pattern, which was then used to make a mold, and the replica is made out of a strong, durable resin, and each piece is actually hand-painted by paleo artists. The neat thing about this replica is that the original fossil was sourced from an awesome piece. It's actually called the nation's T-Rex. The nation's T-Rex is one of the most studied and published on Tyrannosaurus ever discovered. When it was found in 1988, it included approximately 46% of the skeleton, making it was the most complete Tyrannosaurus ever found at the time. I think it's supposed to say making it the most complete. Scientists found a complete arm for the first time, enabling them to better understand the biomechanics of the T-Rex forelimb. Later studies would show that the animal was about 18 years old when it died. The nation's T-Rex was the first dinosaur specimen ever found with preserved blood proteins. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how big and girthy this thing is. Like, it's a monster. I know I basically just set you all up for a "that's what she said" joke, but seriously, this thing is huge. So the Smithsonian T-Rex claw replica measures about 6.5 inches in length and weighs 8.5 ounces and comes with its own clear acrylic stand with a certificate of authenticity. So this T-Rex claw replica measures about 6.5 inches in length and 3.25 inches wide. It's so amazing to think that all this wear and tear, all these little nicks and stuff, you know, has stories. You know, this was from a scuffle with another T-Rex. This was from falling off a rock ledge. This was damage from being ambushed by a group of smaller carnivores, you know, and how it ultimately died. Fossils are just so amazing because they all have so many stories to tell. And again, as with the Velociraptor claw, we can see that blood groove here on either side. I think they did a really good job with their colorings and the molds. Well, obviously I can't critique this mold because it's made from an actual fossil, this mold, but I think they did a really good job of making these things look as authentic as possible. Absolutely love how they included this stand with it. I think it looks way better than a black stand. It actually looks way more expensive using the kind of clear acrylic stand. My one maybe kind of critique that I would add, if I had to add any critique whatsoever, would be maybe on the bottom here on the front face of the stand. It would have been nice to have a maybe clear label with some either kind of gold writing or some black writing kind of embossed in there, or something that said, you know, T-Rex claw, scientific name, yada yada, maybe what age this was from, you know, dated back. And I think it would have been nice to just have some information on there, just so if someone's passing by your shelf, they go, oh, that's a T-Rex claw. That's pretty cool, because, you know, not everyone's gonna know what this is when it's just sitting there. So let's actually take out the Velociraptor claw and let's do a little size comparison between the two. So here is the Velociraptor claw and the T-Rex claw side by side. It almost looks like they're the same length, but the T-Rex claw is obviously much more girthy. So as with the T-Rex claw, I think it would have been cool if the Velociraptor claw actually had its own stand as well. Obviously not this stand exactly, because it would probably need to be much smaller, but to also have a little nameplate here on the front with some information would be awesome. So if you are looking, you know, for the next best thing to owning the real thing, definitely go consider checking out Master Replicas Group, because they do have a really great array of items at affordable prices. They have things like, you know, broken T-Rex teeth, Allosaurus claw, they have dinoramas, they have these really cool kind of embryos, they have the Utah raptor, and they have all sorts of other things, so definitely go check them out. I will leave a link to their store in my description below, so definitely go check them out if you're looking for some sweet things to add to your dinosaur collection. Oh, and here's actually the Utah raptor embryo egg that I did a review on a little while back. Absolutely love this one a lot, so definitely go check this one out. So once again, a big thank you to Master Replicas Group for sending these guys over for me to review for you all, because I really like them. So in the comments down below, let me know which one of these guys is your favorite. Is it the T-Rex claw or is it the Velociraptor claw? So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I come with new videos every week. Come check me out on social media and help support the channel on Patreon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay legendary.